It wasn't only car manufacturers that were on hand to present their new models at the 2010 Paris Motor Show. Euro NCAP, the organization that provides consumers an independent and unbiased evaluation of car safety performance, was also at the show to award the first ever Euro NCAP Advanced Rewards for safety innovations. 8 renowned car manufacturers saw their hard work in the area of safety innovation recognized with an advanced reward, a certification that can be awarded to any system that can prove its effectiveness in the field of safety.
The Advanced Awards actually explain to the consumer what these technologies can mean for them and for their family. If you go to the dealer and you want to buy a new car, these systems come as an option and you have to make a decision whether you want to buy them or not. I think it is important that people understand that these technologies can save lives, can be important for them, and therefore we hope that it will increase the use of these systems in the real market. Industry has been working on these technologies for quite a while, for a number of years, and some manufacturers, if not all, have already some systems on the market. What Euro NCAP recognizes is that it's now time to start really communicating much more about these technologies, because it's now time for these technologies to really become much more efficient, and for them to be efficient, people need to use them and need to buy them. It's a way to improve the standard of star ratings that we currently have. So we are currently rewarding these technologies. Of course, we know that in a few years from now, these technologies will become mainstream and then be part of the rating system. So in order to get to a 5-star, let's say in 2013, some of today's technologies should be already on the car. A couple of manufacturers actually won. The system that we developed is quite open for the type of technology. So we're talking about primary safety technology, secondary safety technology, and tertiary safety technology. Primary being crash avoidance type of technology, such as automatic brake, and lane departure warning systems, lane keep assist systems. But secondary systems, of course, have to do with crash, and tertiary systems, like eCall, emergency call systems, we also rewarded systems that automatically call an emergency service if a crash happens and you're not able to respond yourself.
In the future, other systems will be rewarded with a Euro NCAP Advanced Reward, after being meticulously evaluated and after months of expert in-depth analysis. With the Euro NCAP Advanced Rewards, the association offers consumers the opportunity of a better understanding and more benefit from independent advice on the quality of these systems brought onto the European market by some car manufacturers.
For the last 15 years, Euro NCAP has been very pushing on occupant protection, so trying to improve the level of protection in a crash. But these technologies actually do something different. They actually act before the crash is there, interact and try to avoid the crash. And of course, this is much more efficient in terms of saving lives. If you can avoid the crash in the first place, there's no accident and there's nobody to protect. So we believe that this is really the future of safety. Of course, cars always need to protect people that occurred in an accident. But these type of technologies can really mean a big change in terms of the likelihood of getting involved in a crash in the first place. There are many manufacturers, not only Euro NCAP, but also the manufacturers go back and look at actual crashes that occur and actual accidents that occur on the real road, and from that they learn what the priorities are. So for the last number of years, they have seen that people that get involved in crashes are quite well protected nowadays. Really the challenge is to make sure that people don't get into these situations in the first place. And that's how the whole topic of avoidance technology, but also emergency call, was introduced in industry, and we are just actually adopting that philosophy and trying to help them in bringing this technology to the market.
Nowadays, car manufacturers are integrating more and more technologies designed to enhance driving experience or to improve safety. While today one can imagine what the car of tomorrow will look like, one must ask oneself whether vehicle safety will also evolve along with it. From now on, the safety of passengers when involved in an accident will go hand in hand with the desire to avoid accidents ever occurring in the first place. It's Euro NCAP's task to guide consumers in making the right choice.
A lot of things happen nowadays on the shift from petrol to electric. Means that the whole powertrain is going to shift, which is also going to mean that the structure of the vehicle is likely going to be changed as well. The structure that is now there to actually absorb energy during a crash might not be available anymore in the future. Cars become very light. And we also see a lot of new players on the market that weren't really involved in, let's say, 25 years of safety development. So we have to be very careful that by going green and by going clean, we'll not forget about safety. Safety should always be a primary concern to everybody that makes a car and actually everybody that buys a car. And that's an important message that we would try to focus on.